someone was chatting and I said, all right, if you think I'm that come spar me. Do that anywhere I go. I did it in England, so they respect me. Each time he hit me, I could feel it. But there was a couple punches in that fight where I was like, I felt that. I've never had that before in my life. I have to win this fight no matter what. If I don't win, then that's it for me, really, isn't it? But I will win. There's no doubt. I'm not worried one bit. Tommy's his arch nemesis. I'm the only man that beats Tommy. If he comes to this fight, it's a no-brainer. He will fight me. He will be cornered to fighting me. He has to fight me.
So what do you think this fight is going to look like?
I'm the best fight he's come across.
Matty, the Jedi, welcome back, brother.
Yes, Ray.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been too long.
I thought you moved over there, and I thought the Irish kidnapped you, and yeah, it looked that way anyway.
It felt like I moved over there, bro. Like when you're there, you feel like that's where you are, and then when you come back,
you look like you're having a great time, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. Pretty fun over there.
Yeah. So tell me, you discovered your family as well. So you've got your extended family over there, or your mum, you found out your mum was originally from there as well? Or?
Yeah, so I've always known my mother's from Ireland. I just didn't know where. Ireland's quite big, you know. And it all happened by accident. So the beginning of the year, I was supposed to go to Liverpool to spar with Darren Till. I was supposed to fight Darren Till, and then we became friends and sparring partners. And on my way to England for the very first time, there was a mark-up in my visa that wasn't ready yet. So I was on my way, and they were going to turn me around until that issue had been sorted. So I went to Amsterdam first that night, and then went to Ireland on the way to England. And then in the time I was in Ireland, a taxi driver, I was with someone who's like, we've got to go to some place in the city. I can't remember what it was called. And then the taxi driver was like, what are you doing here? Boxing. He's like, mate, you got to go to this pub, you know. They took me to this pub in Crumlin. And then I met these coaches there. Someone recognised me there. Just someone that was drunk just recognised me and knew I was from boxing. And then he's like, mate, you got to meet the coach here. Who ended up being Conor McGregor's boxing coach, who's like pretty much like Conor, sort of like his dad. He when Conor was 10, he walked into his gym in Crumlin, in his football boots, and this guy took him under his wing, and he's looked after him. Still looks after him now.
Is that how you ended up meeting Conor? Or?
That's how I met up. Yeah, I met Conor. Well, I'm at his gym now. That's his boxing gym. He runs it, or he does something. I don't know how it all works, but they're all together. And you know, me, yeah. And then that's how we all linked up. That was the beginning of the year, and obviously I spent a lot of time there. I've been back there 5 times. I stay there now. Stay with him, train with him. You know, Conor.
What does he like?
Supports me. Sorry?
What's Conor like?
He's cool, man. He's wicked. Yeah, he's good. He's
down to earth?
Down to earth, man. He's cool. He always will support if he can, things like that. Yeah, like I'll be going back there in a few weeks. He'll help me get ready for this fight. We'll probably do a few weeks of sparring. I'll help him, obviously, because, you know, we all know I think I'm the best there is in boxing, so I think I'm going to help him. And I think he's fighting in at the White House. So he'll probably want help for that. He always wants a boxer to help him anyway, because he's good with his hands, obviously.
Yep.
And yeah, and then
so
and also it'll be promotional for him to say that he's helping me get ready for the Tommy Fury fight. That obviously is good for him too. He's going to come to this fight, the Tommy Fury fight. He'll be there. Their team will be cornering me. He'll be. I think we're trying to get him to commentate because Jake Paul's going to be commentating.
Right.
So Conor will commentate, and yeah.
Jake Paul's going to be commentating.
Jake Paul's definitely, he's coming to fight. AU Vodka is sponsoring the event as well, and he's got something to do with that. So,
right.
Yeah.
And that's locked in for March the 20...
The date, I've made the date March 28th because that's when we all want it. That's not locked in.
It's not locked in yet?
Yeah, the date's not locked in because obviously Fury's waiting for everything on his end to be done, and he won't announce the fight until he sees his person or that, which is fine. So the date, depending on that, as long as that gets done in the next few weeks, March 28 it is. But if that takes too long, then and Manchester's not available anymore because they're not going to hold it forever, then we're going to have to postpone it. Might have to do it somewhere else. But as it stands, that's when it's going to be.
Technically, what do you think going to be the biggest challenge walking into this fight?
Nothing. You can't say technically with me because I'm not a pure boxer. I fight so different.
You're not technical, really.
I'm not technical. I am technical.
You are, but you're very awkward. Your technique
boxing,
is...
I mean, I can do the technical boxing if I choose to, but I choose my style on purpose. Like if people watch me enough, they'll see me all of a sudden just box, then they'll go back to my walk. So I change it, I mix it up. So I've done heaps of boxing now, but I choose my style, which I've mixed together because it works and it beats people.
Yeah.
So why would I change that?
You don't, from what I know and discussions we had in the past, Matty, you don't care about people's previous fights, their expertise, their background, their skills. No. You know, you don't have a game plan. You walk in there to win, and that's it. You don't study any fighters.
There's no point. I don't watch their fight. There's just no point with me at all. There's no point in me seeing them or anything. There's just no point because I fight so different, and I'm going to change them as a fighter no matter what. And I just wait until the fight happens because every time it's different. I've sparred the best in the world. And I've had fighters that are the best in the world in a gym, right? In Liverpool, I've sparred this guy who's a world champion. He's one of the greatest fighters. And I don't know what words to use here because I don't want to. There's no such thing as winning in sparring, but it was a lot easier for me sparring him. I could do what I want a lot more. And then he was bashing, not bashing, wrong words again. He was, doing a lot better than this other guy who wasn't. He was an average fighter, and then so I could do what I want with him. But the average fighter, he was whatever. It was more I was having more trouble with him. So it's like there's just no point. Like everyone's different and everyone's styles and everyone says that in boxing anyway. But I'm very different, so it does not matter like how they fight or anything. And Mike Tyson? I think he said. Everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face, and that definitely applies when it comes to me. So, I just don't bother.
So you have zero concerns walking into that fight?
I have zero concerns, in any fight usually, The last fight I let, people get in my head, first time ever. But usually, apart from the last fight, I've always got zero concerns. And I always have zero concerns moving forward because all that fight did the last one, all that's done is build my mindset even more than what it was. And I'm a lot more stronger. And I've gone from backing myself 99% to backing myself 100% now.
Right.
And zero concerns, absolutely.
So planning and preparation-wise before you walk into the ring, what does that look like?
Planning?
Yeah.
So like the day of the fight?
Yeah.
So the day of the fight, I play PlayStation. I play a lot of PlayStation and just keep my mind occupied. I don't think about the fight. And
what's your favourite game?
I've been playing Fortnite at the moment. So I like playing RPG games, but I haven't had the time to get into one. And I don't really get to play it much except for the day of my fight because I make myself do that because that's part of my routine. So I play PlayStation all day, eat heaps of food.
Eat heaps of food?
Well, like what I'm allowed to eat,
Yeah.
Like what I don't want to be too full for the fight. I don't want to be too big for the fight.
I've never seen anyone eat the way you do.
Yeah, no one has.
And
I do everything different and awkward.
Everything. Completely.
Walk different, run different. I shoot basketball, but everything I do, I always master it. Like basketball, I was always the highest scorer, Football, I always get 50 touches a game, but I do everything so weird. Like football, I still can't kick a footy properly, but I've been playing for years, and I'll get the ball over 50 times every game and do 49 handballs. And same as basketball, I'll score 40, 50 points a game, but I can't shoot the ball properly. I shoot it real flat, and I'll just drive it and barge through people. And
what do you think Tommy's mindset about this fight? Do you think he's taking it serious? There's a lot of trash talk and social media and stuff like that.
He knows he wouldn't. I've done a lot in England, and my name. I've done a lot of sparring over there now, so he knows what I'm capable of. That James DeGale fight's going to be scary enough for him, let alone the other stuff I've done now. He's definitely going to be taking this fight seriously. He knows very well. I'm the best fight he's come across. He's going to come across. So I'm surprised he took the fight. Surprised he's willing to take the fight.
Right. Well, he was set to fight Jake again, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, so he will fight. He will fight. He won't fight Jake. He won't fight Jake if I beat him. I will beat him, so he won't be fighting Jake. So Jake will come back at the end of the year or something. Jake's going to come to this fight. Jake's got it in paper, will have it in paper that he's coming to this fight. But he won't write in paper that he's going to fight the winner, but he will. So, the guy that's organised all this, he owns one of the owners of AU Vodka. He is good friends with Jake, and he's told me, he goes, Jake will 100% fight you. Like, we just know it's no brainer that if he comes to this fight, Tommy's his arch nemesis. I'm the only man that beats Tommy who beat him. It's just a no brainer. He will fight me. He will be cornered to fighting me. He has to fight me.
So what do you think this fight is going to look like? You reckon it's going to be get a distance? Is going to be over quickly?
No, I'll finish it. I think I'll finish it in the 5th round. I'm not going to England. Normally I don't go looking for knockouts, but after the last fight, I've told myself now I'm not fighting England without knocking someone out. So my mindset's about, like, I won't go into the fight trying to knock anyone out because I was always told never to do that. And it doesn't work when you try and knock someone out. It comes. So, but my mindset is this guy's getting knocked out.
I'll be watching, Matty. I might actually see how I go and get a ticket and go over there and, stay in your corner, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
But you have to come.
Hey,
you have to come.
I have to come, you reckon?
Yeah, come on. What do you mean?
No pressure.
The bodyguard's got to be there. You got to.
No pressure. No
pressure.
How's the coffee, by the way?
The hot chocolate?
It's not hot chocolate. It's coffee from Adapter Latte, and they've got 5 different mushrooms in there and lots of other stuff. I didn't tell you what it is because I wanted you to try it first to see what you think of it. What do you reckon?
Has it got caffeine in it?
Cacao and caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't do anything, the mushrooms?
No. This is normal, like shiitake mushroom, lion's mane, stuff like that. Yeah,
cool.
It's not magic.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's nice. It tastes good.
Excellent. So, how are you preparing any different now for Tommy's fight?
How am I preparing any different?
Because
So this fight's very tough because there's a lot of work that needs to be done before the fight. Obviously, there's a lot of money involved in this sort of fight. It's a big fight. I try to bring it to Perth. That would have cost millions. Need a lot of people involved. That was tough. So I put extra stress on myself, trying to do something that was almost impossible to happen. So that was the first few weeks of it. So that. So it's been hard to get ready for this fight. In Perth, I can't really get much. There's no one ready for me to spar in Perth. Unless I can fly some boys over or something. It's pretty tough. So I just work on all my cardio while I'm over here. Like, I'll go back as soon as this fight, as soon as everything gets done. There's a lot of bullshit with all the contracts and lawyers and all that, so that takes time. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm just doing my cardio. And as soon as that's done, as soon as it's landed, I'll fly to Ireland. I'll spar with Conor for a few weeks so he can tell everyone that he's my sparring partner for the fight, which helps both out, And I'll do a bit of training there. Then I'll go to Manchester to promote the fight, and I'll do all my training and sparring over there. So I'll hopefully have about 8 or so weeks to get ready over there and do my normal training that I do, which is just sparring, running, and a tiny bit of pads.
No pressure.
And a bit of shadow boxing. Hey?
It's even better, man. You go to his hometown, knock him out there. I mean, that's...
I think I'll have good support there. I reckon it'll be 50-50 at his hometown. I've got a lot of support in Manchester now from the last fight.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they all believe I won that fight and they were there, and I got a lot of support in Manchester. I mean, I also went to people. It's funny. People are like, they think that I just put myself in the right places at the right time. They don't realise, I do. I get to these places, but I also have to back it up. Like I have to spar like these fighters, and I have to. You can't say beating. That's the wrong word because you can't beat people in sparring. But I have to. Prove myself. Yeah. And I go to these gyms and I prove myself each time. It's every gym, and I spar everyone. There was one stage where someone was chatting shit from England, and I said, all right, come to this gym now, and I sent the address, and then he's like, it's a bit, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. And
you were driving around.
I sent him, no, that was another one.
Okay.
There's 2. So I'll do things like that where I go, all right, if you think I'm that shit, come fucking spar me, come. And I do that anywhere I go, everywhere I go. And I did it in England. So they respect me in Manchester because I did that. I went from gym to gym and gym. I sparred everyone, There's not many people I haven't sparred now. In England, I've sparred everyone, and I'm always thriving. And if there's someone that flies over from America and he's meant to be the best, I'll fucking do everything I can to do some rounds with him.
So just to date, Matty, who do you think hits the hardest that you've sparred or fought against?
Shane Mosley.
Yeah?
Yeah. Shane Mosley's he had perfect technique because he's obviously one of the greatest fighters, ever. So you had this guy that's got perfect technique. He's a bit older, and he had to rely on each shot. He knew that I was going to outdo him and outwork him, which I did. So I was hitting him, 3 times to his 1. So he had to make each one count. So each one he had, they were perfect shots, and they were perfect loaded, perfect ready. And you're talking perfect technique. And he had to fight a bit bigger. So he's got this extra weight on him, with perfect technique. So each punch he threw fucking landed, you know, and they were precise shots that he was, you know, calculating. So, and he put everything into it because he knew he had to stop me because, you know, I was winning each round. Obviously, I was a lot fitter and stronger. So, each time he hit me, I could feel it, you know. And I've never really been in a fight or a spar where I've gone, fuck, I felt that, you know. But there was a couple punches in that fight where I was like, fuck, I felt that, you know. And I've never had that before in my life.
Right. So was there a moment through the fight where you
two
thought,
shots that I remember. Yeah, there was one in the face and then there was a gut shot. There's one in the gut that I felt. You know, I've never felt a stomach shot before. You know, not like that anyway. So, but yeah, it was good. You know, because I remember after the fight thinking, I've never ever done that before where I've gone fucking drawing a fight because I've got so much adrenaline and because my mindset's the way it is, I feel like I believe I don't feel anything, you know, and I never normally do. Like even the bare knuckle fight, I didn't feel anything. But in that Shane Mosley fight, there was shots where I was going, fuck, straight after I felt that shot. But it was also a very emotional fight, and I had a lot of respect for Shane Mosley, so that could have played into it. Maybe I let my guard down, and maybe I could feel stuff more, I don't know.
There was a lot of shit talk on social media from Tommy's end, and, you know, it doesn't look like, do you think is that something that's designed around social media attention, or do you think he's just not taking that fight seriously, or he's not thinking about it seriously, or
you never really know what they're doing, if they're playing mind games or if they are being serious or they just don't care or they're that arrogant. Who knows? You don't really care. I don't really care. Like I don't have people around me telling me what you know. I just wing it, but I don't really give a fuck. So like as soon as I started winging it and not caring what people think as much, I used to preach don't worry about what people think at the start, but I cared. And now I generally don't give a fuck. And since I've been like that, everything's just blowing for me and I've concentrated more on fighting. My fighting's not better. And that's just how I am now. Like, I don't worry about what they're saying or anything. And I just, you know, like with the James DeGale stuff, he got real upset about a couple of things. And if that was me, I'd be like, you know, fair play to you. Like, you know, I literally...
He got a little touchy, yeah.
He did, man. I made all of England think that he was gay when he wasn't. So, you know, he wasn't too happy. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. But I don't really care, you know. I mean, I think maybe he got real angry about it because maybe he was, you know. But who cares, you know. And if someone did that to me and it wasn't true, I'd be like, you know what, fair play to you. And I'll just go back at him. But he got real upset. But he was very, very arrogant. Like all the people I've fought, I got on with everyone. He's the only fighter I've come across where he, you know, when you're in the room with him, he genuinely felt like he was better than everyone else. And I've never felt that before from anyone. Being who I am, the way, you know, like who I was 10 years ago and all that, I've always felt respect anyway. So it's like I've never been in a room where like a man genuinely thinks like just, you know, you could feel that he just thought you were nothing, you know? And I fucking felt that, you know? That's why I was a bit different too. And that probably got inside my head a bit too, you know? So, yeah.
You got a lot of experience now, Matty. You've had a lot of training, a lot of experience, a lot of time, you know, sparring with different people all around the world. What do you think you feel that's changed the most in your style, your technique, your skill set, your mindset?
My mindset just keeps getting stronger and stronger, and that's the most important thing. I work on my mindset. You know, I see people and speak to people, and I work. You know, I do all sorts of stuff. Everything's about mindset. I never truly realised how much it was about mindset. I always talked about it, and then as I've gotten more and more further, I'm realising it more and more. And I'm believing in myself more and more. So that's mainly the main thing. My training is it's always going to be, you know, fanatical. I train the way I do. It's not going to change. It's the way I am. And yeah,
What different now? Because I know you had a pretty tough training regime before. You know, from running to ice bath to saunas to sparring to. I mean, you're training for hours every day, right?
I don't actually train for as long as what people think. Like I train real hard for a shorter amount of time. So I don't believe in training for 4 or 5 hours. I believe in like, say I train twice a day, I might train for an hour and 15 minutes. But
twice a day.
But in that hour, I'll train fanatical. So like I won't just do a jog. I can't do a 20-minute slow jog. I'd rather, you know, I'll just stop after a minute. It has to be as hard as, you know, everything I do has to be till failure. So like anything, like with you know, with everything I do. So this is how I train. I train very, very hard. But I try and do the same training as like the rounds of a fight. So, you know, a fight only goes for 20, 30 minutes. I won't train for 20. I'll do, you know, an hour, but there'll be like you know, the run might be 20 minutes and the cardio and then whatever, but then the rounds I do will be the same as a fight. You know, I'll do 10 rounds or 12 rounds and it's all 3 minutes, 1 minute off. So 3 minutes as hard as I can, 1 minute off. So that's how your training should be, and everything should be explosive. And, you know, like a fight, I make everything, you know, everything's like a fight.
Have you got a good team here in Perth now?
Have I got a good team here in Perth? I've just got mates, man, helping me out, you know, like
That's it, yeah.
people around me. I wouldn't call it a team. I mean, I've got a good team. I've got, you know, people helping me with my social media now. I've got people helping me with the managing and the, you know, like this fight's, you know, going to be, there's millions of dollars involved, obviously, as you know, on this fight. So there's all people around me helping me, but I haven't got, you know, and, you know, I'm going to have to for this fight, but we'll work on that.
You're going to be fighting for your life, man. This is the money fight for you. Yeah,
I have to win this fight no matter what, you know. For me, if I don't win, then that's it for me, really, isn't it? But I will win. There's no doubt. Like, I'm not worried one bit. I'm just worried about, you know, every fight, it's just I need to get there and it has to happen. It's always, everything's a struggle for me. And I think, you know, like, you already know about this fight, and it's not as easy as just, I get to go and fight. Like, you know, I wish, you know, there's all these other things. But I guess all these other things make me who I am and make me stronger and probably make me want it more. You know, like, I couldn't imagine having a fight without any hurdles. Like, that would just be fucking weird. Yeah.
Now, let's go back to bare knuckle, man. Would you jump in again and do another bare knuckle fight, or?
You know, I'd fight anyone, man. I'd do any fight. Bare knuckles, I think, is the hardest sport in the world, like I said. So obviously, I'll do anything. You know, the first bare knuckle fight I had, I went in against one of England's greatest fighters, the biggest name that the bare knuckles ever had. So obviously, I don't care. You know, I'll jump in with anyone. But it's not about that. Like, that it has to be like big fights now for me. Like, I've already done a couple big fights now in a row. I'm obviously, you know, I'm fighting Tommy Fury now. I beat him. I fight Jake Paul. Like, I don't see a bare knuckle fight happening from there. If I get offered something, you know, it just has to make sense. I will do it. You know, if they say, because I really want to fight Canelo Alvarez, bro, that's my dream fight. So if they said he'll fight you, but it's bare knuckle, then I will go bare knuckle.
Right.
You know, so we'll just see what happens. I mean, if the Fury fight falls apart and then they give me the Billy Joe Saunders bare knuckle, then I'll do it. And I only want that.
Is there any chance for Fury to pull out, because he's done that a couple of times? Right?
He won't pull out the fight. They're very like they're man. I think they're all right, man. I've been dealing with them for a few weeks now, and they seem fine. But I've been speaking to John Fury as well, and he's pretty just straight down the line, man. They say what they want, and that's it. The only way it's going to fall apart is if they don't get what they want. There's a lot of people behind it. There's a promoter. There's a team, there's all these people. Tommy Fury has to, you know, he's been told he'll get a purse, but he has to see that and it has to be there, and, you know, that might fall apart. And then, so there are chances the fight won't happen if everything doesn't happen. But so far, like, everything's fine as long as everyone gets what they want. Obviously, I'm very vocal. I'm like, man, I'll fight fucking in the backyard, you know, because I know what this fight means.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So when are you going to know to get your ticket and head over there?
Hopefully, I mean, each week I'm saying this week. Hopefully it's this week. I'm being told today like it's going to be on Wednesday. So you know what I mean? Tommy Fury will announce a fight as soon as he sees his purse. So they've just got to show him that, and then, you know, and then as soon as he announces the fight, I will get my tickets. I'll probably go over probably in a few weeks.
Right. And that's all your line of sight now. That's exactly where it's at. That's all you're doing. Just
everything's about this fight now. Everything's talking and this and that, like sponsors and people, and it's just it's all headaches. You know, speaking to people till 2 in the morning. It's just on the phone all the time, and trying to train and seeing people. You've seen it yourself, and it's just, that's all it is, man. It's people don't realize all the bullshit. Like, you know, it's they only get to see 20 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, and but it's not, man. It's all this, you know. That 20 minutes is the fun part, man. That's the easy part. That's the joyful part.
Yeah.
Like, there's all heaps of bullshit.
Matty, let's chat about a few fun facts. What's the first thing you think that's going to be rolling in your mind before you get into the ring with Fury?
The first thing in my mind will be I will be very emotional coming out to this fight, and I'll be thinking about my mind, what I think about before I try. So to the left side, I think about my happiest moment, and then I bring that to my right side, which is my my last win. I think about, you know, my last win, how that felt, and I bring it together, and then I use that, and that's what I think about. And then that's what I think about as I'm walking out, and do a bit of breathing and that as well as I'm walking out.
Again, you said you're going to knock him out. What round do you reckon you'll do that in?
5th round.
What annoys you the most?
What annoys me is people's mindsets. People are very negative, and I don't understand why when they see so much. People are very negative, and they're just not believers, and that's what annoys me the most.
Jedi, what soundtrack are you going to be playing before you walk out?
So I'm walking out. I've got actually. Do you know Black Box?
No.
They make music and that. So far there's a few people that's supposed to be making it, but they're the ones I've been speaking. They made fantasy and they made a few songs. They're remixing like a Star Wars with like a bit of a Irish song, but mainly a Star Wars sort of mix. And I think I've got someone that's rapping me out as well. So they're bringing that all together, and then they're doing something big.
Now, the Fury legacy, you reckon that's like a weapon for Tommy, or that's a weight on his shoulders, you think?
Not against me. He's fighting. He's always talking about proving he's a legitimate fighter. I'm the greatest fighter he's ever come across. So not just because I know that in general, but even what I've done, even what I've done shows that. So my resume. So no, he doesn't have to worry about that. He's fighting against a legitimate fighter who's beaten, some big names now, and so he doesn't have to worry about that so much. He has to treat this as a proper, serious, professional fight. It's actually probably from our resumes, I've got a better resume than him. So if anything, he's got less to worry about in that. He's coming across the best fight. He fought Jake Paul, but Jake Paul's more of a social media star. Jake Paul hasn't beaten the people I beat or fought against James DeGale and bare Knuckle.
What excites you the most?
In saying that, just so people don't do real bad comments, Jake Paul did fight Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson was 60 and
yeah, come on now.
Like I had to bring it up in case in case people brought up the comments. You know what I mean? I had to bring that up.
Let's not talk about that, right? Because I've got very different views on that, and let's keep this podcast clean, shall we? All right. So when you win that fight, what's the first thing you're going to do after that?
When I win the fight, I don't normally drink. And I always say after this fight, like the DeGale and the Mosley fight, I'm going to drink after it, and I didn't. But this time I'll definitely have a drink after that fight, for sure. After winning this fight, I'll be having a drink, and I'll be celebrating.
I'll be celebrating with you too, hopefully, man.
100%.
Brother, thank you for coming in again. And we'll catch up, no doubt, soon. And I'll see you again before you head off, and all the best.
Thanks, may the force be with you, brother. Yes, my brother.